So today we're going to be talking about how to start your own clothing brand on a very tight budget. So if you have always wanted to start a clothing brand but you do not have the money to do something really big, buy stock, put in your shop and all of that, this video is going to show you exactly how you can get started. Now, why do I think I have the knowledge to do this? Because I have done it. I did it $1 million in like 6 months. It became really successful. We were able to raise some money from an angel investor, threw into the business, and after a while we sank. We did not sink because the business wasn't making sales. The reasons that we sank, a different topic for another day. But today we're just going to talk about how you can launch a clothing brand. In this video, I'll be teaching you guys 3 things. Number 1, I'm going to show you guys exactly how you can launch your brand, 6 different ways that you can use. Number 2, I'm going to show you guys how you can start avoiding wahala, whatever method you choose to use, what to watch out for as soon as you launch it. Let's go. Already, my name is Diamond Oko. I am an entrepreneur. That's how I like to describe myself. Okay, I'm just a girl who is sharing her lessons journey as she goes. For now, I'm not an expert. I just share new things that I learn as I keep going. I don't think I'll ever be an expert. Maybe I'll just get to a point where I start launching like billion-dollar companies. Money. Okay, so but until then, number 1 point. So how do you launch your brand on a freaking budget? Don't do this if you're broke. If you're broke, go get a skill and monetize it and live broke, right? But then if you don't have a lot of money, how do you start? There are 6 different ways that I know that could help you get started. Number 1 method is customization. Now, what I mean by customization is that you start only sewing products for people on order. So what you do is you take out designs, create samples, shoot the samples, and then when people order the product, you make it for them. But what if you don't know how to sew? Honey, that's not a problem. So if you don't know how to sew, what you need to do is to find tailors to work with. Now, this is where the real problem is in how bad do you want this thing? Because if you want it really, really bad, you will do exactly what I say next, okay? So you have to go into your local market and look for tailors who are from Cotonou, Togo, or Cameroon to sew for you. Do not, and I repeat, do not use Nigerian tailors. There are very few Nigerian tailors who are really, really good at what they do, especially on the level that you're starting out. So you want to just go into the local market and look for people. Now, when you ask people, right, they will point you in the right direction. Trust me, they always do. Now, when you meet these people, you have to negotiate with them. Tell them what you do, okay? Do not say you're just starting out. Tell them that you have been in business for a while, you're looking to get more customers and you want more tailors. Just negotiate with them and then talk about pricing and talk about timeline. So pricing is, most of these tailors, Cameroonians, Togolese, they are pretty expensive, Cotonou ones, than the Nigerian ones. So if you want to negotiate with them, especially for your kind of business, since you're just starting out, you want to start at 2,500 and have them negotiate with you. Like, do not be scared to negotiate, okay? They will not walk away. If they don't want to work with you, they will tell you, oh no, I can't take that kind of money. I take from 10k, 15k up. So you ask the person, do you know anybody I can work with that can take that kind of money? They might know someone. Always make it very clear to them that you're still building the business. You're just looking for how to build it up and that you want to work with them to make that happen. So once you do that, you're most likely to find people to work with. It might take you a week, 2, 3, but call everybody you know who knows a tailor, every single body, including the Nigerian tailors. The next thing you want to also negotiate with them is timeline. So whatever you do, you want to keep the time for sewing between 4 to 5 days. Yep. If possible, say 3. Say 3 to 4 days, okay? But in your mind, it's like that's 5 days. About customization, there are some tiny tips that you need to know if you're going to use this customization method. The first one is, do not work with quack tailors. I cannot overemphasize this. It was one of the things that drained my business. It lost me a lot of money, too much refunds, ruined my business reputation. So do not. No matter how broke you think you are when it comes to business, I'm managing my money, do not work with quack tailors. Instead, just make sure that your designs are really, really dope, okay? And advertise to your target audience that can afford what you're selling. Just make sure that your pictures are really good and advertise that. Number 2 method for doing this is sell other people's products. So yes, there are other people who sell products. Go take their pictures and sell, or even better, if their products are around your price range, you can buy from these different brands and tell them that you want to buy from them and you want to be reselling for them, and how much would they charge you to do that. So basically, you buy their products, you wear them, you pose, and you sell them. If you don't want to do this method, you could simply just take their pictures and resell it on your own page. But it is so important that they know that you're reselling their products, and that they give you permission to go ahead and resell their product. The third method for doing this is that you drop ship clothes. So there are websites that are designed specifically for drop shipping. Obelo is one of them. Oberlo. Yep, Obelo. So that's one of the places that you could go to drop ship products. Another place is Alibaba. If you type in drop shipping clothes, you're going to find tons and tons and tons of people who drop ship clothes on Alibaba. I personally have never used this method, but some other people have, and it's been working out for them. Okay? The fourth method is to import the clothes yourself. Diamond, are you nuts? How exactly can I import the clothes when I cannot even afford to buy in bulk? That's why I'm here, people. That's why I'm here, to make your life easier. So here's the thing, okay? You don't have to buy a lot of products. There are lots of clothes on Alibaba that supply one. So their MOQ is 1 to 50, 1 to 10, 1 to 5, and all of that. So what you need to do is, when you go into Alibaba to search, make sure that you move to where you see refine, okay, or sort, or whatever. I usually see refine. And when you tap on refine, you go all the way to where you have MOQ, minimum quantity order. So sorry, minimum order quantity. Type in 1, okay, and then when you go to refine, you're going to see where you have country. Choose China mainland, and then use that to search. The next thing you want to do is that you want to read the supplier's review. So before you just go and hit buy, you want to make sure that the supplier has had reviews on that product. Beyond that, you also want to make sure that the supplier is a gold supplier, okay? They are gold suppliers, they are verified suppliers, so you want to tick all that button. You should always do that before you get shopping. Now, when you're done shopping from those people, you want to have a logistics person who is in China who you work with. This is where the trick comes in. I have my own person who I work with, but I do not think it would be wise for me to put it out there for all of you to know, oh, this is who Diamond works with. But I'm going to do it anyways, because I want all of us to be successful, and I want all of us to get the chance to win. So at the end of this, I want you all to go to my website. It's called thestartupreport.org. And when you go there, all you have to do basically is look for the blog post for this particular YouTube video. Just go to the YouTube video for it. You'll see there video 1. Tap on it, and on the website you're going to see where I leave the number of my logistics person, name, and all of that. And so if you want to import from China, that's who you work with. Okay, so how it works is that they measure your product by kg, and I think for some people they charge 5.8 to 9 USD per kg of products, and they could ship for you for as low as $20. So you want to use express or air cargo when you're shipping. Okay, I mean, I just walked into this information myself as well, but I'm putting this out there for everybody who wants to start this business but they don't know how to start. This is one way for you to start. So when you work with the people that you want to buy from, you can chat with them on WhatsApp. Some of them will leave you their WhatsApp numbers, okay? So you can chat with them, get talking with them, and if you can buy 1, 2, even if you buy 5 different products from one person, yeah, you should always make sure that if you ever get an order, that person can ship that product for you in one. It should get to you within a week or a week and a couple of days. It gets to you, and they should ship out the order. So they too will charge you some money to ship it to your delivery man, and he will charge you some money to ship it down to Nigeria. So you always want to take all of that into consideration, but it will not be as expensive as if you were buying directly from, I don't know if you get, like, you were buying directly from somebody here in Nigeria, or from the US or wherever you're watching this from, because they would definitely charge you more money. So the first one is that you should use customization. The second one is that you should sell other people's stuff. The third one is that you should drop ship. The fourth one is that you should export. And for this particular video, I'll leave you guys the link to go and watch the best dropship YouTube channel ever. So if you follow the link below in my YouTube video, you can just go to my website and go to video for this particular video. You will see it right there on the website. Okay, so click on this particular video, and below you're going to see where I list out every single thing that you need that I've mentioned in this. Fifth method that I'm going to talk about is buying from your local market. Now this is something that a lot of people don't know, but not everybody has the energy to go into the local market and buy stuff. So when I started, I used to buy from the local market. I lived in Enugu, so I was buying from Obete and I was reselling, and you will see really cool stuff for 2,535. I'll buy it, add my shipping money, packaging, and then I'll add my profit money and I will resell the product. So that's exactly what I was doing. If you have not read the article I left on the website for pricing, make sure to read it. The title of the article is "These 4 Pricing Lessons Will Save Your Business" or something like that. So once you read it, it will really help you to get pricing. But when you're buying from the local market, you really need to find things that are unique. So you can't just pick stuff off the rack. Also, when you're buying, you want to survey the product very, very well. Some of those people can keep damaged clothes. I want to sell it for cheaper. So make sure that the color is not faded at the back or in the middle. Make sure that the pockets are not torn, that the cloth itself is good, it's not torn. And try as much as possible to verify that the cloth does not wash. And you can buy in 1. So you will now ask me,
what if people want to buy it after it has sold out? What do I do?
Which brings me to this wonderful idea that I think more people should do. So basically, Shanina Jai, one of the fashion bloggers that I follow, created her own online store on Instagram. And what she does is she posts a product and she made it very clear that she is not restocking the product. So whenever she posts a product, if you want it, you have to order it that time if it's in your size. So the good thing about her products is that her products are really, really good products. So what you want to do basically is make it a one-off thing, okay? Talk about the size, length, who is going to fit and all of that, and put it out there. And if somebody that it fits wants to get the product, they will get it. You don't have to serve everybody at the same time, which is why you need to make sure that your products are really, really good ones, like really, really good. You cannot buy horrible products and expect people to want to stay and follow you on Instagram just so that they will know when you post a new product up. The last method that I'm going to mention is that you can buy and tweak, customize it to become your own style, and you can even sell for double the price, triple the price that you bought it for. So how this works basically, and lots of people do this, is that you go to, OK, you go to ready-made, you buy a dress, and then you buy some other props, attach it to the dress, and make it into a whole new thing. You can buy a plain skirt for 1,000 naira, throw fringes on it, and sell it for 6,500. You buy it for really cheap, and then you make sure that the material is really good. Those ones are okay. And then you add, a fringe here, you add beautiful zippers here, tassels here and there, and you make it into a whole new product. I know people that do this in Lagos. They go to Tejo show in Lagos, they buy stuff, they tweak it. So you buy stuff for like 1,000 naira, 1,215, and then you're going to tweak it and sell it for 12,500. Horrible people. They just make sure that the product is really, really good. So there you have it, 6 ways for you to launch your own clothing brand. Number 1 is that you outsource, and I mentioned the tips for you to outsource. More tips when you outsource, and please pay attention to this, okay? Another very important thing when you're outsourcing is that you want to make sure that the fabrics you're buying are not fabrics. Like, you really want to make sure that most of your fabrics are good quality. Also, you want to make sure that you buy a lot of stretchy fabrics. If you're going to be sewing and using foamy fabrics, make sure that when you're sewing someone's size, if that person is size 31 for the bust, what you're going to do is use size 29, because foamy fabrics tend to just reshape themselves after they have been. Now, another key thing for people who want to customize is that you want to use elastic in some parts of more of your clothes. Remember, more stretchy fabrics. But then if you want to sew something, you're not using a stretchy fabric, what you can do basically is that you take the fabric and you use elastic in certain key areas, like the stomach area, the hip area, or the armpit area. The whole point is that you use elastic in some areas so that the product will fit, especially for those of you who are going to be trying out jumpsuits. Also, for those of us who are doing and using customization, it is very important that you understand that when you are pricing, do not make the mistake of pricing in just your size. When I was running my own clothing business, I will completely forget that I want to sell this product for a size 14, right? So I'll just punch my calculator for only my size and be like 3 yards. when actually the product might have taken 3 yards for my size, and then it would need to take at least 6 yards for a size 18 or a size 16.